Except for the occasional muffled sob and the rustle of tissues, the church was silent. The Brown family was shattered by Garrison's untimely death. So young, so sudden. In the front pew, flanked by Christine and Logan, Janelle sat motionless, shattered but composed. Across the aisle, Meri's expression was unreadable, her face pale, blank. Madison, Hunter, Gabriel, Michael T., and Gwen were scattered in the rows, each swallowed by personal grief. Then, 20 minutes into the service, the back doors groaned open. Kody and Robyn walked in. Eyes turned, hearts stilled, even though they were dressed in black. Kody's sleek cowboy boots and Robyn's designer purse ensured they looked more like attendees at a formal event than attendees at a funeral. They didn't stop, not at the coffin, not next to Janelle. No hug, no nod. Kody proceeded directly to the pulpit, in his own authority. He wasn't invited to speak. Janelle and Logan had taken a great deal of time planning every detail of the program, but it was always about Kody. Removing a creased piece of paper from his jacket pocket, he started. Garrison was a complex kid. He began gravely, and one of the most difficult things God ever challenged me with was being a father in situations like this. Janelle's jaw clenched. He continued, "We weep not only the death of our children, but of our heritage, our position, our power, when they let external forces turn their hearts against their own kin." A collective gasp coursed through the church. "But we loved him," Kody insisted, "even when he pushed us away, even when he disapproved of the order and values we attempted to provide." Behind him, Robyn started to weep, stridently, melodramatically, hanging on his arm like a bereaved widow. Gwen turned away her face. Gabriel lowered his head. Logan's neck muscles braced as he gritted his teeth. Then Janelle rose to her feet. Kody continued to talk, melodramatic, theatrical, but Janelle moved toward him with silent determination. "You don't get to do this," she said icily. "You don't get to write the script. You weren't there. He died feeling abandoned, alone, and you come in speaking about your hurt, your pride?" The room came to a standstill. "You didn't witness his pain. I did." She stopped. "You want the last word. You've had enough. Sit down." Kody halted, flabbergasted. Janelle turned and quietly sat back down. A minute later, the pastor pleasantly took Kody aside from the podium. Outside, following the funeral burial, Kody attempted to say something to Janelle once more. "Don't," she replied, retreating. "I don't want to hear it." "You're splitting this family," he replied, his voice shaking. "No," Janelle breathed. "You did that. You and Robyn." Robyn intervened, her voice shaking with anger. "How dare you judge us at a funeral? We loved him too," Janelle answered, calm but biting. "You loved control, and when Garrison wouldn't comply, you pushed him away. You didn't love him. You loved the one you could manipulate." Christine had moved on, so had Janelle, and now Logan came forward. "You don't call us. You only come around when there's a camera or repercussions. We're finished." A silence ensued. Madison, Hunter, Gabriel, Gwen. They stood around their mother, a wordless, protective semicircle. Kody and Robyn stood outside of it, unwelcome. That evening, the family was at Christine's house in Utah. No cameras, no producers, mothers and kids, candles burning, Garrison's photos on the table. Janelle clutched his favorite book. She wasn't crying anymore. "We need to stop," Christine said quietly. "Stop letting them hurt us." "They're not family anymore," Logan added. "They showed us today." Even Meri nodded after a long pause. "I stood up for him for years," she said. "I don't know why. Today I watched him shame his own son. I'm embarrassed." In tandem, they wrote a statement. No communication any longer. No invitations. No more filming with Kody or Robyn. TLC was warned. Add them and you lose everyone else. Word spread rapidly. A leaked video of Kody's funeral speech went viral. Reddit blew up. The Cancel Kody trended for 4 consecutive days. TLC executives panicked. An internal memo went around. Reassess Kody and Robyn's involvement. Public clamoring for accountability. But behind closed doors, Robyn disintegrated. "They're making us out to be the bad guys," she wailed to Kody. "Do something. Sue. Talk out." But Kody was empty-handed. No calls were returned. No text messages answered. Even Dayton, Robyn's son, had tough questions. "What happened? Why were you crying? Why didn't you speak to Janelle?" Kody didn't have answers, only silence. He read Garrison's last message. "Your decision. Don't call me when it is convenient." There was nobody to call. Janelle reached out to her children. Christine embraced her new existence. Meri emerged from Kody's shadow. The children, damaged and in mourning, started over with something better. And as for Kody and Robyn, they stepped off into obscurity. But that wasn't the end. That summer, TLC launched a daring rebrand, Freedom, the afterlife of polygamy. No longer one man and many wives. It was now the women. Their resilience, their rehabilitation, the grown children emerging from their father's shadow. Janelle and Christine agreed to participate. So did Logan, Madison, Michael T., and Gwen. Even Meri participated, partially, to document her road to healing. The cameras came back, but this time the atmosphere was different. No longer were there forced family meals. No longer were there Kody-centered conversations. The premiere began with Janelle walking through Garrison's recently vacated house, softly running her fingers over framed pictures. "I had no idea how much he hurt," she said. "This isn't about polygamy. It's about what happens when silence is used as control." The public reacted in full force, but not everybody was partying. In Flagstaff, Robyn played the trailer on her phone, repeatedly. Her name wasn't called. Neither was Kody's. She slammed the phone to the counter. "We need to respond," she bit out. "They're distorting everything." Kody stayed silent, barely showered, barely budged. So Robyn decided to take matters into her own hands. She reserved a live podcast interview on the redemption chair. Dressed in white, sitting rigidly, she spoke. "Why did I get portrayed as the villain? But I just adored Kody. The others always had a jealousy toward me." The hosts went cold. "Jealous?" one of them asked. "You mean Janelle and Christine?" Robyn nodded. "They were resentful because my children were well behaved, because Kody found peace in my house." The podcast went viral on the internet. Sounds clips of Robyn accusing Christine of manipulating the kids, accusations that Garrison was rebellious, denials of blame. Gwen shot back in a video of her own. Garrison wasn't defiant, he was traumatized, and it's appalling that Robyn plays the victim. Christine shared one post, a picture of herself and Garrison laughing around a campfire. Caption, "To show love, you have to show up." He knew who did. Even Meri tweeted, "Truth doesn't need defense. I stand with Janelle. I stand with Garrison." TLC made a quick internal ruling Robyn Brown is no longer with Breaking Free. No upcoming projects in the works. The new series took off. Janelle started giving speeches to women's conferences. Christine wrote a memoir, The Third Wife, Surviving the Silence. Gwen and Logan started a podcast discussing spiritual trauma. And Robyn? She was gone from public view. She wasn't asked back. And Kody? He slipped into quiet obscurity, unheard, unnoted. The rest of the family, the women, the children, the previously silenced, finally found their voice. And the world listened. The farm is not yet open to the general public, but branded products are already up for sale on its site, tatafarms.com. When running in full operation, it will be a site for weddings, photo shoots, and other special occasions. Since parting from Kody, Meri and Janelle have reconnected as friends. They ensured to divide the profit from the family's 2018 Coyote Pass bi-evenly, a gesture of respect and history. It would not be out of place to see Meri joining Janelle's extended family group. Her famous interior design taste could be of immense utility at Tata Farms. The relationship between Christine and Janelle has been strengthened since they both left polygamy. They found similar journeys of healing and self-discovery. Christine's experience with David Woolley even encouraged Janelle to keep her heart open to the possibility of finding love again. With their solid business acumen and close to 3 decades of raising kids together, they'd be the perfect collaborators on a business venture. Both ladies have already started independent ventures after leaving Kody. A real estate-based partnership would be a natural progression. Janelle is experienced in real estate, and Christine just bought and is running an Airbnb, a real estate team based on trust, experience, and perseverance, supported by loyal devotees, could be successful. Meri, the first wife, had continued to be loyal even after Kody moved away from her spiritually and legally. She remained faithful to the family even when Kody lost interest. But after divorce, their relationship changed. In season 19, we watched Kody accompany Meri to Utah with her brother-in-law Nathan. Interestingly, the tone between Meri and Kody was friendly and almost playful. Kody referred to her as his favorite ex-wife and made fun of walking her down the aisle if she ever gets remarried. This surprising chemistry fueled rumors of a spin-off, a Bachelor-esque dating series in which Kody assists Meri in searching for a new husband. It might be facetiously called Find My Wife a Husband, a lighthearted reference to their unorthodox history. Early in the show's run, the four wives came together to form a line of jewelry for plural families, My Sister Wives Closet. The website presently has a notice indicating the store will reopen in the near future, and supporters can register to be updated. But its Instagram hasn't made an update in 6 years, so it seems unlikely. Yet a 2025 rebrand with contemporary messaging, health products, and their now adult children's participation might give new life to the project. Through each turn and spin, birthdays, breakups, moving, and even death, the Browns have lived their lives out in the open. If there is anything they have done a lot of, it is move. From running away in the middle of the night to moving after heartbreak, the Browns are masters at packing up and leaving. So why not make it a career? A moving business, irreverently named My Sister Wives Movers, could be both practical and utterly amusing. A reality TV goldmine waiting to happen. At the same time, Cody and Robyn, in their monogamous relationship, have adopted a rural Western style. Their Flagstaff home includes a bow and arrow wall hang, Western artwork, and terracotta-colored earthy tones. A Reddit entry even called them out for their decor, resulting in split responses, most of them negative, to fans. One thing stood out in particular, a Lone Star printed rug from Walmart. The Lone Star has strong origins in indigenous culture, particularly in the Lakota tribe, and is a symbol of honor, resilience, and bonding. Whether Kody and Robyn knew or not, the overall atmosphere of the room is straight Old West, including symbolic tips to survival and toughness. So, what does the bow and arrow actually symbolize? For Aboriginal people, it was a device for survival and safety, made with love and intention. For Robyn and Kody, it could just be ornamentation, but to many onlookers, it signifies much more. As it happens, fans will keep picking apart each aspect of Brown's narrative, but one thing is certain: the Sister Wives' legacy continues to be written. Tune in, and don't forget to subscribe for more.